Long back in Punjab's Pathankot district, there was a craft that spun together tradition, livelihood, and community. Sericulture farming, the art of raising silkworms and harvesting silk, was more than just an occupation. For generations, it was a way of life, a practice that connected people to their land and to each other. But as the years passed, this once flourishing industry began to fade. The mulberry trees grew scarce, the silkworms dwindled, and what was once a bustling trade became a memory. But stories like silk have a way of unraveling and reweaving themselves into something new. This story is no different. Hello, I am Pallavi Priya and you are watching Indian Masterminds. Sericulture farming began to change course in 2022 when the Punjab Forest Department decided to take on a challenge that many thought was impossible: reviving sericulture farming in the Pathankot district. The Kandi region of Punjab, where this story unfolds, had always been a hub of sericulture. Nestled between the Shivalik and the plains, it was a place where farmers knew the rhythms of the land by heart. For 50 to 60 years, they had cultivated mulberry trees, the essential food for silkworms, and turned the delicate cocoons into silk. But as time went, challenges like shrinking land holdings and dwindling resources caused the sericulture industry to decline. By the time the Forest Department stepped in, sericulture production had dropped to just a fraction of what it once was. Yet where others saw a fading industry, the Forest Department saw potential. They knew that with the right approach, the people of Pathankot could bring this ancient craft back to life. The first step was simple, but it carried the weight of possibility: plant more mulberry trees. And so they did. 37,500 mulberry plants spread across 75 hectares in 5 villages of Dhar block. These weren't just trees. They were a lifeline to an industry that once defined the region. But trees alone wouldn't be enough. The true heart of this story lies with the farmers. The Forest Department needed them, the men and women who had spent their lives working this land and who knew, perhaps better than anyone, what it would take to bring sericulture back. So they reached out to 116 farmers, all of whom had experience in sericulture. Some had moved on to other things, but the skills and knowledge were still there, waiting to be revived. These farmers, many of them women and marginal landholders, were the backbone of the project. They were given the tools they needed: rearing houses, specialized equipments, and most importantly, training. Together, they began the work of rebuilding what has been lost. One of the critical challenges in sericulture is ensuring that silkworms survive the most vulnerable stages. This is where the Chowki Rearing Center, or CRC, came into play. The CRC became the heart of the operation, a place where silkworms were carefully nurtured under controlled conditions. For the first 10 to 15 days of their lives, the silkworms were cared for in the CRC, where factors like humidity and temperature were meticulously managed. Once they were strong enough, they were handed over to the farmers, who continued the delicate work of rearing them until they were ready to spin their cocoons. The journey was not without its hurdles. The Forest Department and the farmers had to navigate the complexities of modern sericulture farming, but they did so with determination. And slowly but surely, their efforts began to bear fruit. This year, the project produced 500 kilograms of cocoons, a significant achievement for a district that just a few years ago had a little experience in sericulture. What makes this story so compelling isn't the revival of an industry, it's the way that revival has brought new life to the community. The project has provided employment opportunities and additional income for the farmers involved. but it has done more than that. It has given the people of Pathankot a renewed sense of purpose and pride in their work. They are once again the stewards of a craft that has been passed down through generations. The 116 farmers who have joined the project are just the beginning. In the years to come, more farmers will be brought into the fold and the mulberry plantations will continue to expand. With each passing year, silk production in Pathankot will increase, bringing new opportunity and prosperity to the region. As the mulberry trees grow old and silkworms spin their delicate cocoons, the story of sericulture in Pathankot continues to unfold. It is a story of revival, of renewal, and of a community that came together to weave a new chapter in their shared history. And as these threads of silk are spun, they carry with them the hopes and the dreams of those who have dedicated themselves to this ancient craft, ensuring that the story of sericulture in the Pathankot is far from over. So that's all for today. If you liked the video, do not forget to like and subscribe our channel for more such interesting stories. Until then, this is Pallavi signing off. Stay informed, stay curious, and stay tuned to Indian Mastermind. Thank you all for watching.